Oh, may Brahman protect us for the teacher and learner equal. May he enable us to share the benefit of the learning equally. May we be equally strong to grasp the meaning of the learning. May the learning be equally fruitful to us. May we never be jealous of each other. Peace, peace, peace. Now we were in the middle of our chapter 3, verse number 10, 11. We'll start at 11. So we are again, what we are talking about, that this Atman is to be realized, that is the subject of Kathopanishad. But who can understand and realize that Atman? First of all, Atman is where? We have read it, that it is the sitting in the chariot. This body is like a chariot, and in that chariot, the person for whom the chariot, this body chariot is moving, it is for the Atman. And Buddhi, intellect, is like the driver. And mind is like the reins of the horses, connected with the horses. And the 10 horses are the 5 organs of perception and 5 organs of action. Eyes, ear, nose, throat, these are perception, hand, feet, etc. they are action. So 5, 5, 10, but they cannot function without the 11th one, that is called the mind. So with this chariot is moving in the world, and we do not know. We think that I am doing this, but you are nothing. Who is doing is the Atman behind. Not knowing him, we think that I am doing, I am thinking, I like it, I dislike it. These are all wrong conceptions. Because of that is our suffering and pain. So the Upanishad is suggesting, you want to be free from all these things. What to do then? Then you think that in this journey of the world, all sense objects are there. The sense objects always attract the senses. And mind gets attached to it. And that brings the touch of the sense perception. And as a result, you find sometimes happy, sometimes unhappy. Good and bad things come. So, you want to be free, then you see the science of it is that the indriyani, the senses, they are like the horses. Horses always go in the road, but you need look at that, what is their intention. If you particularly go to Himalayas, then you will know. The horses are always trying to grab some food. The grass on the right side, left side, they don't care for you. So, it happened. We are going to Amarnath. And the horses are moving. And horses are moving. The boy who has to control the horse, he has gone, he has several horses. And this guy goes down to get some grass somewhere in the gorge side. And the person who is riding, see the condition of that. He never know how to ride the horse. And the first time in the horse. And you see, he fell down and rolled down and say, not breaking the arms, that much didn't go, but it is a miserable condition. So the senses always go like that. If it is uncontrolled, if it is controlled, then the horse cannot go. If it is controlled by the rail. So our condition has become like that. It is taking us in its own way. The senses are driving us. Sense objects are there, I am helpless. I will have to go. There is food, I have to run. There is something beautiful, I have to see. Even I don't see, I will reading and look like this. I will sleep. The eyes, as if the senses, objects are forcing your mind, dragging your mind, whether you like it or not like it, pulls us down, and as a result, we are in bondage. So, who can be freed? That's why it is said on the 9th verse we have read, that he whose intellect is like a good charioteer. The car in the right hand, the driver is very alert driver. And then on page 99 you have read, takes him along the right path, whose mind is under the control of the intellect. They should some coordinate, no? If the coordination is broken anywhere, your boss is saying, hey, I want to go to Los Angeles, I want to go to downtown. And the driver, he understood the opposite way. He took you towards Malibu Temple. Ah. So they should be coordinated. And that should be coordinated with the engine. Engine, your gas pressure, steering, they should all cooperate together, link together. Similarly, the journey of the life, if it is not coordinated, buddhi, intellect, which is, yes, it gets the guidance from the boss, who is I, and who is the real I, is the divine. So even I want to go, this I instructs something, buddhi should coordinate with that, intellect. Intellect, not only coordination, mind should coordinate with that. And mind, not only that, the senses should coordinate with that. So that your journey, your destination, what you want, you can reach that goal. That's why it says, Shuvaddhana param apnoti, tad Vishnu paramam padam. He reaches that paramapad, the supreme state of reality, paramam padam, which is Vishnu, that is that all-pervaded state of consciousness. If it is controlled, they're all coordinated and controlled. Whatever you decide, life's goal is this, I will follow this path. Your intellect should say, yes, yes, I understand that. Your mind said, yes, yes, I will cooperate with you. And your senses should cooperate with it. And the journey to the sensate world as we move should be an intelligent journey. So this is the verse said that he whose intellect, like a good charioteer, takes him along the right path, whose mind is under the control of the intellect, and who by virtue of such combination can direct his senses as he thinks best, he can go to the other side of the world where he attains the highest goal, union with the cosmic self. So that is the path for liberation. Now he has said that, in this universe, who is more powerful? You see, the senses are powerful, but more powerful is the sense objects. It has got such a link. If there is something beautiful or something attractive, my eyes will run for that. Many people they don't say, I don't hear. But you say something against them, instantly say, what did you say? No? So our senses are connected with the sense objects. No? The sense objects are powerful than the senses even. Because senses are controlled by the sense objects. So the verse number 10 we read, it is Indriyebhya parahi artha. If you have the books, you can chant. Indriyebhya parahi artha arthebhyascha parang manaha manasastu para buddhi buddher atma mahan paraha. So indriyebhyascha parahi artha. Artha means here vishaya. Artha means this objects. What is the object? Each sense has its own object. Eye has its object, name and form, beauty. Ear has its form, subject. What is the subject? Sound. Nose, fragrance. Tongue. What is that? Food, touch. And then skin, touch, heat, cold, this, that. We are subject to that. So, senses are powerful, but more powerful is the sense objects. That's why it is said, superior to the sense organs are the corresponding objects, means sense objects. Parahi artha. Arthebhyascha parang manaha. Yes, there is sense object. There is your sense. You can look. But if your mind is not here, you don't see. Isn't it? You are sitting here and I am saying some few words. If your mind just now think of something serious, you are not here. What I said, you don't know. Does it mean that the wave, the vibration, didn't hit your eardrum? It hit the eardrum. And it was carried by the nervous system to the brain. That much is done. But brain got that message. But who will connect? Your mind. Your mind was absent. So message didn't reach you. So you see how senses are powerful, but more powerful is the sense object. But even sense and sense object get connected. The mind is more important. If mind does not connect there, you have no perception. So mind is more powerful. And manasastu para buddhi, intellect, the guiding principle behind, that is much more powerful than that of the mind. Because mind vacillates, no? You say, shall I go? Shall I not go? Then your intellect, after some cogitation, you say, yes, I will go. I won't go. No? So who decides? In your buddhi or your intellect. So buddhi is much more powerful. And buddhiratma, who is more powerful than that? Buddhiratma, Mahanatma. Mahanatma para, superior to the intellect, is the self. That self is the lower self. And now let us read today the 11th verse, what is called Mahata Parama Bhaktyam. Mahata, chant. Mahata Parama Bhyaktam Abhyaktat Purusha Paraha. Abhyaktat Purusha Paraha. Purushanna Param Kinchit. Purushatna Param Kinchit. Sakastha Sa Paragati. Sakastha Sa Paragati. So, Mahata Parama Bhakta. Okay, as I said, that who is superior. In this analysis, sense objects are our senses are powerful, but more powerful is the sense object. And sense object and senses may be powerful, but mind is much powerful. If mind connects, then you have the perception. If mind disconnects, you have no idea. And now, above mind is who? Intellect, buddhi. Above buddhi is what? Mahata. Mahat tattva. So, Mahat is, let me see what way Mahat has been described here. Mahata. Mahata means beyond the great self, that self. Ataha param, superior. Beyond the great. Great means Mahat. Mahat, simple language is Mahat means that which is great. Beyond the great is the unmanifested Abhyaktam. See, with the chart we have given, you remember that. Beyond that buddhi is that ego. Nah? And in that ego, there is behind that is the Atman. So, if you say there is a state when Abhyakta means unmanifest. What is unmanifest? Suppose you are sleeping, where your all buddhi, your mind functions, where does it disappear? It enters into Mahat, unmanifest. That's why you do not know anything, but you are there. It is not manifest. Abhyakta, no Bhyakta. Bhyakta means manifested. It is not Bhyakta, Abhyakta. And Abhyaktat Paraha Purusha. Behind that Abhyakta, unmanifest. See, when you go to sleep, then your awareness is not in this physical world. Your awareness for dream is gone. Even you are existing, you do not know that. But you are not dead. You are there, but you are not manifested in the conscious area, in the awareness area. We are not manifested. But if you can stand there in meditation, then you stand in the state where almost you see this side is the Atman and that side is total this world and its manifestation. You remember the circle we have given the other day, the inner circle. Inner circle is beyond Abhyakta. Abhyakta means unmanifest. That is the starting point of this universe. Suppose you go to dream, what happens? Now you are sleeping very deeply. And in between sleep, you are dreaming again. So that in that state, in your deep sleep state, it is Abhyakta. You are not manifested. You are neither, don't know your body. You don't know your mind, you don't know your dream world, you don't know anything of the material world, where you are lying, where you are sleeping. That means it is not manifested. It is unmanifest state of your being. And beyond that state is the Anandamaya Kosha, and beyond that is the central circle, that is the light. In the circle, concentric circles we have drawn the other day. You remember that or not?
Yes.
So you remember that the concentric circle, the central circle, has been shown as the Atman. Yes, good. So the central circle is the Atman. And this concentric, the first circle, is called the ego. Sometimes they call Abhyakta, unmanifest. So, Mahata Paramat Bhatta. Mahatattva is beyond, is the Param Abhyakta. And Abhyakta, beyond that is what? The central circle, which is called the self, the conscious entity, the absolute Satchidananda. Mano Buddhi Ahankara Chitta Ninaham. Not this, not this, not this. What am I? Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Don't think Shiva, dancing Shiva. This Shiva means auspiciousness. Shiva has another meaning, auspicious. That auspicious Shiva, that auspicious consciousness, that is there in it. So you feel that that is the Parama. And what is beyond that? Well, you cannot put that question. That is the ultimate. That there is nothing beyond. That's why it says, Purushana Parang Kinchit. If you reach that point of the self, the central circle, which we are talking about, the consciousness, and that consciousness is percolating to the ego, coming to the buddhi, intellect, buddhi percolates to the mind, mind to the senses, senses to the body. So my body is moving. Because of what? Same consciousness, percolating, 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 percolating has come up to this point. So, how to realize God then? And what is our goal? You go step by step, inward, 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 making inward journey. And reach, transcend all this and go beyond ego. The state of Abhyakta, unmanifest. And then, if you can consciously move there, then you are called a realized soul. You are a Brahmagyani. Finish. Your spiritual life has reached its acme. Your success has come. So, this is a very important chapter we are dealing with. How we are functioning every day. Kathopanishad is very practical in that sense. How we are functioning, but we do not know how we are functioning. Why dead body does not function, why it is functioning? Because there is a connection with the brain cell. This is a robot, nothing else. I was seeing that one of our nuns got a knee surgery. And nowadays surgery has become very sophisticated. So they put something to benumb your lower part. And that was totally lower part. And suddenly there is a screen. And she said that I was watching that they are chiseling and cutting like that. I said, what is going on? Then you understand it is my body. But I have no identity because it is benumbed. So I do not know. But I can see they are cutting and chiseling like that. See? So do not think that it is a machine. It is not a robot. Robot is what? You see? The structure with a wire connection here and here, nut, bolt, this, that. That's a robot. This is a robot. What else? So many nervous system going on here and there. So the doctors are fixing this one, that one, that one, that one. So this is actually a robot. But robot is connected with somewhere, a distant remote control machine. Then robot goes like that with a gun, it can kill, or it can bring your food into your door. What do you call it? Robotic. Nowadays people are getting robot supply. Robot is supplying the food. Or robot can do so many things. In Amazon.com you go, and how all the books, their robots are doing everything. They are going, picking the book and then in the tray and carrying that and going into the... This is amazing. So this is all robots. But where is the switch? The switch of consciousness. If that switch is off, it is a robot. Because, oh, the man is dead. Dead means what dead? So this identity, if we understand this, that this is the freedom. Where is freedom? Not in the robotic body, not when it is functioning only, but more is there. Where is this energy coming from? Where is this bliss coming from? Where is this infinite sense of our being is held there? So that this verse says, Sakashtha, that is the highest. Sa Paragati, that is the end of all achievements. Paragati. So now it says that the unmanifest, we have read that. Beyond the great is the unmanifest Abhyaktam. Beyond the Abhyaktam is the Purusha. Beyond the Purusha, there is nothing. That is the end, and that is the highest goal. Nothing means you cannot say there is what is there. Who will say? If your mind is not there, if your speech is not there, if your ego is not there, how will you say what is that? You can describe everything when your all the senses and your ego is functioning. Suppose someone is you go to the school, you see some student is sleeping, and the teacher gave the entire lesson. The student, when he or she comes back, what is taught here? Nothing goes there because he was not present there. So similarly, when this Purusha, you understand that this is the highest, then what will you do? Your focus should go only to that, going back to ourselves. That's called the Swarajya Siddhi. There is a book in Vedanta. You get back to your own emperor, not emperor, kingdom. Swarajya, your own kingdom. Siddhi means you re-establish yourself there. You forgot. Sometimes it happens, no? People forgot. There is a story, a prince, he was lost. He forgot, his memory failed and he was lost and he was roaming around here and there after a long search, and he was begging food here and there. But one day, the king was also worried, where did the son go? And then after a long search, they found the prince. And they took him to the palace and said, it is your palace. And why are you begging for little food, little door to door? No, I am beggar. So that has become our condition. We are beggars. Even our Guru says, no, you are Atman. No, how can that be? I am a beggar. I eat, this whole palace belongs to you. So that kingdom is attained. That is the Upanishad. So kindly bringing us into our awareness. Now, Isha, but if you say so, that is the Paragati. You have any question? You can put any question, yes.
So Hiranyagarbha is equated with the ego here?
Yes. This is the technical part I am not going through. But if you raise that question, I will have to go.
Sometimes Hiranyagarbha is defined a little differently, but here it's equated with the ego.
Yeah. The total intellect described in the previous mantra constitutes, as we know, as Hiranyagarbha. That means if Abhakta, what they are talking about, unmanifest, they are talking about that state, which is the state of the world as its first emergence out of the very seed condition. So very seed condition is the Ishvara state. Ishvara comes to Hiranyagarbha. So Hiranyagarbha is the first stage of manifestation. That is called Abhakta. It cannot just express. You cannot say. Ego is just dormant and it's waking up, as it were.
So it's not really Vyakta, it's also Avyakta, because the ego is not perceptible.
Abhyakta, that's why it is Abhyakta.
But when you say Mahata Avyakta Param, that is...
Abhyaktat Abhyakta. Okay, the verse is Mahata Param Abhyaktam. Mahat Tattva is Buddhi Tattva. Mahat here means intellect. Beyond intellect, what is there? What is much higher? Abhyaktam. Mahata Param Abhyaktam. 3 words. Mahata means Mahat, intellect. Param means superior to intellect is what? The ego, as I am saying. In our Vedantic language, to make it clear. But taking this language, sometimes they use different language because the prevalent time, audience to whom they spoke. So just let us for understanding Panchakosha. You have had the chart. You remember Mahata is the intellectual level, intellect level. Body level, then energy level, mind level, intellect level. Beyond intellect is the ego level, and beyond ego is the consciousness. So that intellect level is abhyakt, it is not manifest. So that's why I said Mahata, from Mahat, that the intellect, is Parama, is supreme, is abhyaktam, but this ego. And abhyaktat, Parama, what is that? Purusha, Paraha. Beyond abhyakta, what is para? Superior is the Purusha. Purusha is Puri Shete iti Purusha. He who resides in the heart of every being as consciousness. That is called Purusha. So that Purusha is the highest. Very clear?
This is the Hiranyagarbha sometimes used.
Hiranyagarbha in a cosmic level. Forget, you take it individual. That will be much easier. If he says individually, cosmic way, you can think also another way. Cosmic sense, forget that now. For our better understanding, come to the individual experience. And so, gradually going from the sense objects, the senses are powerful. Above the senses, mind is powerful. Above the mind, intellect is powerful. Intellect is Mahat, is much powerful, means closer to Atman. And if you cross that level, then it is Atman, the consciousness. That is the Purusha Paraha. And now you can put the question, who is higher than Purusha? Purushatana parang kinchit. There is nothing para, superior, greater than that of the Purusha. Purushat, Panchami Vibhakti.
Then Purusha and Atman here are convertible.
Yeah. The terminology should not be mixed up. It is not Sankhyan term. Here you take the Vedanta term.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Sankhyan term, it will be another confusion. Not to mix up those things. You take it this Vedantic way. Yes, you are asking.
After Mahat is Param.
Ah.
So the Param is ego or the self.
Yeah, now Abhyaktam, don't think Param. Mahataha Param. Parama means superior. Rather than Mahata, from Mahata, what is superior? That is the Abhyaktam. Abhyakta is the higher stage of beyond Mahata. You reach Mahata. What is higher than that? It is called the Abhyakta.
And that
And Abhyakta is the Atman.
Yeah, so unmanifested or the Avyaktam don't have a name.
Yeah. There is no manifestation. Suppose every day when you go to deep sleep, where is the manifestation? I am neither, I do not know I have a body ever. I do not know there is a house I am living there. Neither external consciousness, neither your mental dream awareness. No consciousness. We say, I do not know anything. That is our everyone's statement. In deep sleep, when we come out, we say, oh, I slept last night. I do not know anything. That is, there is nothing as it were to my consciousness.
Right? In Samadhi, so we get to the Avyaktam. But how do we realize that
Samadhi, it is happening, our sleep is happening unconsciously. You do not know when it will come. It may come, it may not come. But if you do every day the spiritual practice, meditation, we think of our Ishta Devata here. Forget, now you put Ishta Devata as Satchidananda. Think of the infinite ocean, light, consciousness. So now focus on that. Come out of this sense level. Your eyes are closed, your ears are not listening any external sound, you are not feeling heat and cold, you are not having back pain, neck pain, forget all these things. Now move, make an inward journey. Then what is happening? You are going into the mental level, you know, all different thoughts and ideas. Transcend that level. Oh, some fixed idea, you are trying to bring back again and again the concept of your Ishta Devata. Now go deeper and deeper. Forget, you are just releasing all outer connection. And now going, then you are seeing your mind is fixed with the Ishta Devata. Maybe with the little eye is now touching the divine eye. And now get absorbed, absorbed, absorbed consciously. Your mind is aware. It is a journey of awareness. Meditation is a journey of awareness, conscious movement. And then you can really go. Ramakrishna went there, and in the sixth plane, you are seeing Mother Kali. And that Mother Kali is so vibrant, tangible, so full of love and bliss. He said, I cannot cross this. Then Totapuri said, no, go beyond that. That is the Parama, Purusha, Purusha. That's that stage to that stage. Understand that? It's a conscious journey. Every day's meditation, every day's serious practice will help us to consciously make a journey, conscious journey from one level to the other level to the other. We do that every day. When you sit for meditation, what you do? You first discard Annamaya. You don't keep connection with this physical universe. Don't want that. Some people put the earplug. Lest outside sound disturb them. No? Close their eyes. Why we close their eye, our eyes? Not to be distracted by the outside thing. Gross. No? Now you struggle here. Either your mind is sleeping, then it's done. Or samadhi. Nidra samadhi. And if you are not, then you consciously, then you fighting with the mind. Mind going Boston, Seattle, this, that, to Washington DC, this, everywhere is roaming around. And this friend, and this talk, and this conversation, and who you fought with, what argument you forgot to give that time in that course of conversation, what you missed, and your accounts, you forgot. Your accountant, you cannot balance the cash, you will find cash balance. You will get that accounts perfected. So, because mind is dying, so you are fighting with the mind. Suppose now you have done and have a good success, focusing the mind from all distracted thought to one pointed thought of your, say, Ishta, it may be Shaguna, it may be Nirguna. And now, move on, and get absorbed into that joy. If you can stay there for 12 seconds, wow, that day you have done a 1 unit of meditation, no? We all talk meditation, and no one of us know what is meditation. We sit for 1 hour and close our eyes and think of all the world and come out, oh, I have done meditation. But meditation is that you have to think of the divine. If you have a split second of meditation, means a few seconds of the mind has been absorbed there, you will see the world is different that day. You come out, you will find so much joy and so much joy everywhere. So that means conscious journey. If we can make a conscious journey deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, then you reach the Atman. So we have to cross that level. That's why conscious journey leads us to Samadhi. Unconscious journey takes us to sleep. But that sleep, we enter a fool, we come back a fool. But in Samadhi, you are a fool, enter there, you come out a saint. You become an illumined soul. You become a source of joy to others. That is the difference between sleep and our meditation, deep meditation. So both situation is almost same. One is unconsciously going over there, and one is consciously moving, and alertness, consciousness merging into the consciousness. The external consciousness as it were merging with the divine consciousness. Now this chart you can meditate. This chart is just an idea, but you can really feel. Actually, in your meditation, you are doing the same thing. You are not aware of it. Every day, when you sit for meditation, we are actually doing that. Annamaya. I am not Annamaya. I am trying to detach from the idea of my body, my mind, my things, no? Then pranomayo, I am so much energy, I am weak, I am the, forget those ideas. Manomayo, the mind is jumping here and there. No, 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 this is my mind, I am observing. Mind is distracted. I should not indulge into that.
But
And
if the mind is not in different places, if it is only one place, it doesn't have to be God only, but if it is a mathematical problem, it might be a musical tune. But if it is one point, that is also meditation.
that's also meditation. That will release the secret of that particular science. You meditate on mathematics, your mathematical problem will be solved. You are doing a physics, you are a physicist, and you are trying to solve the problem. If you go to that level of concentration, that will release the knowledge of that. That's why Swami Vivekananda says concentration is a force, power. It can release everything. So Swami Vivekananda said, if I have to say anything as regards to education, I will say not to teach them physics or chemistry or math or anything. I will teach them how to concentrate. If they can concentrate, say good mechanic, car mechanic. I have seen with Swami Vivekananda wanted to start some industrial school, means so that the poor people of India can make something to earn for them, those who have no high education. One gentleman, he has no education, but he liked mechanical things, and so he ultimately was a practical teacher in our motor mechanic department. I was surprised. Any complicated problem comes with a car, he will just give a start, try to give a start, and within a split second, he goes to the point and finish. The car is set. He has had that concentration, practiced, is a very physical. The power of concentration is such as if the machine is in his control. Whatever machine he touches, he has such concentration he can understand what noise, which is the symptom, how it differs from one to the other. This is the power of concentration. So power of concentration. But when it is applied for our God realization, that is the highest. We are talking about that aspect of it. But every concentration is same. As, we hear about the great scientists, Einstein and others, when they are in lab, they forget their food, they forget their eating, their food plate is sitting over there, they are not at all aware that they are hungry or anything, because mind is totally gone to another plane. The musicians, when they get into deep into their concentration, they forget the world, and they touch new things come out of their own heart. So concentration is the power. Now let us read the verse number 11. No, we have read the 11. You want to have any other question? No. We can go to 12. Okay? 12. Esha sarveshu bhuteshu Esha Guru Atmana Prakashate Guru Atma Prakashate Drishyate tu agraya buddhya Drishyate tu agraya buddhya Suksmaya suksmadarsivi Suksmaya suksmadarsivi. Now we are talking about the Atman, realization. How to realize, we are talking about that so long. Don't get stuck into the external object. Don't get stuck to your senses. Don't get stuck to your mind or your intellect or your ego. Go back to your home. But where is this? How shall I find it? Where it is and where it is not? So this verse gives that glimpse on 12th of the verse. It says, Esha, this, Esha Atma. Atma, this Atman, it is yours. First of all, see the beauty of the Upanishad. It is making you feel that it is, you are not trying to get something which is not yours. If it is not yours, there's a big problem. If it is yours, you can grab it now. So it is so easy that it is yours. You have forgotten that. You have put your ring or chain, golden chain, somewhere, and you are searching everywhere. It is, where is that? But it is yours, and it is here. If we know these two things, our all doubts and dilemmas go away. Yesha sarveshu bhuteshu, not yours only, sarva bhuta. Anything created in a microscopic amoeba, there is also this Atman. And you, me, everywhere. Swami Vivekananda said that each soul is potentially divine, no? And there he said, it is not that someone has a bigger amount of consciousness and I have a little amount of consciousness. The same consciousness guiding you, guiding me. The same electricity running here, guiding this bulbs, that bulb, and the AC, air condition. It is running everything. The same 220 volt or what is 100? Here we use 110. 110 to 210 or something like that, the range. Anyhow, so 110. But India will go 220, no? Anyhow. So, the same connection, same supply everywhere. But somewhere it is brighter light, somewhere it is lesser light. It depends on another condition. But manifestation may vary. But inner power and energy is the same. See, it brings us, we call about the socialism, communism, ism. This is the ism. We are all same. We are all divine. Essentially in us is the same power. Some has manifested in one way, the musician has manifested in one way, a physicist has expressed in different way, and an architect, he has manifested in different way. So in every field of life, there are different manifestations, but the power is the same. Esha, this sarveshu bhuteshu, in every created being. Here bhuta means does not mean, oh, it is only for the Indian people. No, it is not for the men only. It is for the women. Who says this nonsense? Sarva bhuta, anything which has been born. You see in this universe, a tree, a plant, a crawling worm, a moth, the sun, moon, everywhere. It is the same consciousness. Sarveshu, bhuteshu, gudha. It is gudha means it is very embedded into it. Atma, that Atma. Gudha Atma, na prakashate. It is not getting manifested. That is the problem. It is a question of manifestation. That's why Swami says that it is the question of manifestation between a holy person and unholy person, most wretched person to the most lofty man of lofty character. There is no difference. It is only a question of manifestation. How one has brightly manifested, how everything is covered with darkness and ignorance. Because of what? Now you understand the circle, concentric circles. You see so many circles. If every circle is crowded, what will happen? Then no light will come out this side. No? See, we every time feel when the sun is not in the sky. It is all the time there. But it is when it crosses our vision, we say today is no sun. Ghanachanna drishtir, ghanachanna markam, Vedanta sar. It gives this idea that ghanachanna drishti, my drishti, my seeing has been ghana achanna. It's been covered, deeply covered by some ignorance or some cloud. And I say ghanachanna markam. I say the orca means the sun is ghana achanna. Are sun is how big and cloud is how small. You think of the big, huge cloud, how many miles it will be, and how much is the dimension of the sun. Can it cover any time? But yatha baddhavad bhati, it appears to a mudha, idiot or fool like us. We don't see the Atman. We see only the external manifestation. But we are internally, we are that reality. So it is here, Isha, Sarveshu Bhuteshu, this Atman, this consciousness, this blessedness, this infinite reality, that unchanging, birthless, deathless state is embedded in every created being, Bhuteshu Gudha, and it is embedded. Na prakashate, but drishyate, but it can be seen. It can be experienced. By whom? To agraya buddhya. You need a penetrating mind. Buddhi, your sharp intellect. Yeah? That's why we want to see subtle things. Microscope we use, telescope we use. Why? To see the subtlest thing. Similarly, mind should be made concentrated, like totally concentrated, focused mind can release this. Buddhya, suksmaya, suksma dorshivi. This is because it is finer. It is a finer element. Even no material instrument has been created yet. Science has not found out any instrument to find the subtlest of the subtle. This Atman. They have gone to Higgs boson particle. But that is nothing. It is only a speck of expression of that reality. Who is that? Oppenheimer is that statement, no? It is the expression of that infinite thousands of sun in the Bhagavad Gita. Only seeing that light, he is reminding that. But who will know what is that reality? Which comes in experience when Ramakrishna was deluged into the consciousness of eternal joy. What was that? Who will say? How big is that? How can it be experienced? Yes, only Suksmaya, Suksmadarshi. Suksmadarshi, those people who can see that with their Suksma, subtler and concentrated, pinpointed focus. That is very important. How to cultivate pinpointed focus. That means what? Pinpointed focus, come to the very important point. Pinpointed focus means when you are focused in one thing, everything drops off from you, is it not? If you are focused, that time you have no time to look right and left. This, what is called multitask, does not go there. Multitasking was a big philosophy in between. But actually in your spiritual life you want to practice, multitasking is impossible. Only one tasking. And that task should be so sincere and deep that everything drops off. You cannot do together, no? Either you do 50% of this and 50% of that. That means either this work is half done, that is also half done. But concentrated work can make it so easy. When you are concentrated, that I have seen on our monks who are very concentrated, how much they can work. I talk about one of the General Secretary Maharaj, now he is the Vice President. He used to be stably piled up papers, and you go and then he starts talking, and you say, oh, I am very busy, I have no time, but he is talking with you about half an hour, and then you come out, and then he concentrates on his work, and this pile of work within such a short period, how he could write so many drafts, so many instructions, it is impossible. That because the trick is concentration. Swami Vivekananda's many examples, no? Swami Vivekananda was one day observing that there are some army people, they are targeting one floating egg to shoot by their rifle. And they are trying and missing and trying and missing. And Swami Vivekananda never touched any rifle. So he asked, can you give me? They laughed at him and said, what? Do you know how to do it? Well, yes, I know. I don't know, but let us try. And in one stroke, he hit that. And they were surprised. He never knew that to hold that. You know, Swami Vivekananda reading the Encyclopedia Britannica. Series of new books huge books. Huh? And he's turning, okay, like that. Huh? And his disciple came and asked, Swamiji, what are you doing? No, I am reading the book. Well, you are reading? Well, yes. I see I have done this. A few volumes are on that. How long it takes to turn page like that? And you can put questions from anywhere. The disciple is also very strong and Guru is also like that. So he said, okay. And he started questioning. And first of all, he started questioning very common things. And he thought that whatever Swamiji is saying, exact lines, you can match, the lines are there. And then he thought, let me put some complicated questions, technical things. And he was surprised that it is also coming the same way. He is telling everything. Then he said, sir, because he is his guru, it is not humanly possible. You have some yogic power. Then he said, no yogic power. You can also do. If you can keep your 12 years celibacy, strong celibacy, in you will generate a power. It's called the Medhan, and you will be able to do that. Anyhow, what Swamiji said. But the question is that how he can read so many volumes in such a short period. What is the trick? Only concentration. So if the concentration, that means the whole world drops. Swamiji used to sometimes read, and so many things are happening. He is totally unaware of it. Concentration is so focused. Some people I see, then you are talking, you are doing, he is not there. After you say, hey, hello, huh? That person has a greater concentration. Concentration means, you see, concentration means renunciation. Now come to a serious question. When really you are focused in one thing, really focused, you cannot connect with anything else. It has dropped. So when you concentrate on God, naturally everything will drop. How can there be God as also other thing? And that can be called as concentration. So we do not know how to concentrate. So whole spiritual life, sukshmaya, sukshmadarshini, by subtle, concentrated, focused. To agraya buddhya. Buddhi means intellect, it is sharpened. Fine and finer, it can penetrate. Very sharp needle can penetrate into the thinnest of the thing. So mind is to be made so pure and concentrated. So the self is hidden in all beings. It is not noticed. Only the discerning seers, through their sharp, penetrating intellects, can perceive it. So we all can perceive it, only we will have to prepare ourselves for this concentrated, focused journey. Another translation is, this Atman hidden in all beings reveals itself, not to all. Guru Atma not prakashate. It does not manifest to everyone. We are all struggling so many years, nothing coming. Well, why? Then we say, hey, God is very unkind. I am doing so much japa. I am doing for 20 years. See? God is not looking at me. He is busy with something else. Don't blame. Vedanta does not blame God or anybody. Vedanta says, hey, look at you. What you do in your meditation. Do you really do it one-pointed, concentrated?
Why does it make it so hard for us?
Because yeah, that's a very difficult question to ask in this point. But the matter of the fact is that if we really want freedom, then this is the way. And we do that in every aspect of life. When you want any success in anywhere, suppose you did your PhD, how much concentrated were you in that period of writing the thesis and collecting data, this, that, how much mad you were in that. And that time, other people said, do this, come to my home, have a cup of tea. You said, no time for me to cup of tea. So if that happens for material world, and it's a spiritual world, it's very subtle. In material world, you can see something. The net result, you can write something, you can see something. Here is nothing. You have to explore in a certain area where no one goes. You are making a journey yourself. So there is the point that we learn how to concentrate, how to focus, and really be serious. Really mean it, or it is just fun. As Swamiji said, religion has become what is called a mockery. And Swamiji said, religion is like that. It has become a fashion item. She gave the example, in my house there is so many beautiful vase, and I want another Japanese vase. It looks good. So I have so many things, and another Japanese vase is Ganesha, or another Japanese vase is Ramakrishna. Okay, he is also there, and I do everything, and I also do. Yeah, we have to start there. There's nothing wrong. But we have to understand and mature that we will have to focus God and God. And how can you do that? Not to give up. There are many ways. Sarveshu bhuteshu. If God is in everywhere, then you can apply that principle. Whatever you are interacting, with whom you are interacting with the divine. Bring that awareness. Not that you have to sit and only concentrate. You can, with eyes open, you can concentrate. With your every interaction, you can concentrate. You can think that I am talking to this man or this woman, or you can think I am serving this consciousness inside, which is God. I give it different terminology. Atman. I am serving myself. Serving anyone, you think I am serving myself. Because the same, Esho Atma, Gudha, Esho Sarveshu Gudeshu, Bhuteshu, Gudha Atma. That Atma is here, but not Prakashate. It is not manifesting, but it is there. So I can convert my all activities and turn into a spiritual activity, thinking I'm serving Atma. See, whole philosophy of the Ramakrishna movement stands over here. You are not serving, you are not doing any charity to anyone, you are not doing a great blessings to people. You are benefiting yourself, you are serving yourself. Because the Atman, same Atman, Sarvo Bhuteshu Gudha. You are pouring water into a plant. There is Atman. You are serving the Atman who is here. See, the whole world changes. You need not have to sit in a corner to only concentrate. With eyes open, with all action, one part of the mind can be kept into that consciousness. It is all interaction between consciousness. And this is service. And so that as much as we be aware of our that awareness of that consciousness, what will happen? Then will come the concentrated focus will come when you sit for meditation more. If I can keep whole day this type of thinking, giving a little water the plant, I am serving the Atman, not Prakasat. It is not manifested as Atman. I am serving that. Giving a glass of water. I am not giving you a glass of water because showing some kindness. No, I am serving myself. In every action, in your office, in your friend, with your relationship, with your home, husband, wife, everywhere. Esho Atma, Gudha, na prakashate. So, drishyate to agraya buddhya, with your sharp intellect, try to hammer that point. It is there, it is here, it is here, it is here. And serving it, I am serving here. So, you see, the world becomes different. You are not to stop your action. You are not to go to the forest and give up everything. Or you have to commit suicide. Nothing is necessary. To do what we are doing with this spiritual attitude, then that will open up our a unknown world of joy. Thank you. So it is always easy to talk, but we will have to do this. There is no other way. And why it should be so difficult? Difficult though, but what is the problem? To remind ourselves, what is the needed? Tell me. This scripture has taught us today. What we have to do? You forget. Whenever you remember, why not bring this awareness? I forgot. Morning to maybe up to 4 o'clock. And 4 o'clock I remembered suddenly. Start. What I have done all through the morning. I have served my Atman only through all these services what I have done. See, you spiritualize your action. You make your life meaningful. And that is spiritual sadhana, not sitting in one place and only on the rosary doing like that. Yes, that has its own impact. And if we can do this, then that will be much more inspirational, much more joyful. So we have to make a spiritual life 24 hours. It is not, as our Swami Sarvadevananda was used to say, in Christian tradition, you say who is a spiritual person, who is a religious person? He asked some father, and that father said, if one comes at least one Sunday lecture in the whole year, we consider him he is a member. But this will not do. Here, 365 days attendance is necessary, times 24 hours it is necessary. And out of that, how much we forget, that's also unnecessary. But to remind. No, the sages are so kind to us, no? Giving this wonderful insight. Next day we'll find that what he says, how to concentrate, how to move your spiritual journey, step by step, inside. Go one step. Jacchedvam manasi prajnastadjached sha jnana atmani mahati nijached tadjached shanto atmani. Now trace back the concentric circles. That is the next verse we'll read. Okay? You can come ready with that. Read. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karvavahai Tejasvi Navaditamastu Ma Vidvisha Bahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace. So tomorrow we'll have our gospel class.